Bill is a highly motivated person who brings deep process and thinking to his everyday work life.
Absolutely genuine, honest.
He's a visionary. He knows where the future of the industry needs to go.
Sound morals and very ethical, and he demonstrates that every day of the week.
I'm a West Ender. Went to school at St. Pat's, went on to Brother Rice. And then I left. I went to the University of Prince Edward Island on an academic basketball scholarship. Small school, small campus, a good business program, and it just worked out very well for me. I came back to Newfoundland in 1980 and got a gig with a movie called The Whale for the Killing. And about halfway through that, I got an interview for a job with Mobil Oil.
He was up in the bow of the boat doing something out in the ocean, and his mother phoned him and said, "Get your ass in this interview with Mobil Oil."
The director actually had to, use the bullhorn to say, "Okay, we need to stop here, and you need to bring this guy ashore." Because my mother had called saying, I need my son to come ashore to go to an interview at Mobil Oil. Got a job offer, started in August of 1980, and 4 months later I was shipped out to Calgary. And 37 years later, it's been fun.
I guess to bring some perspective first to what the Newfoundland oil and gas industry was in the early 90s. People will remember, or some people will remember, the exploration phases as being a rather casual activity with regards to basically a price list and a handshake, and the job was done. There were very few eager suppliers within primarily the St. John's area.
We were starting with a blank sheet of paper. I mean, we had a greenfield environment. We really didn't have the infrastructure, the conditions in terms of having to go out and in the harsh Atlantic, dealing with icebergs and things like that. So this was very new for Newfoundland and Labrador. And if you sort of take it down to the level of a supplier or a contractor that says, how do I get involved in this?
Bill recognized immediately the importance of a strong supply chain community being developed within the Newfoundland and Labrador. And he believed strongly in the capabilities and the competencies of the existing Newfoundland community.
To be sensitive to the needs of the local business, to ensure that they had that sort of full and fair opportunity to participate, meant we had to go the extra mile. And somehow I think I was able to play a role there that we could build a project with quite a good participation from Newfoundland and Labrador suppliers.
Well, Bill joined Spectral, or OIS Fisher at the time, back in 1999 as the general manager and chief operating officer.
At that point, I had kind of done what I felt I could do with Mobil Oil, and I thought, well, what am I going to do now? And I had this sort of eureka moment, when I was 40 years old, and decided to leave Mobil and join a small engineering company.
Now, when Bill joined Spectral, he came in with a plan, and he wanted to take the organization, not just local, he wanted to take the organization global.
We grew the business. We had operations in Texas, in Indonesia, West Africa.
Bill has tremendous communication skills and interpersonal skills. He's great at networking. He can speak to people at all levels of an organization. He can speak to the guy on the shop floor all the way up to the CEO, which is a skill that I think all industry leaders strive to have, It
was very gratifying. I had many sleepless nights about how I'm going to pay the payroll, but we persevered. We got a lot done in that period of time.
So in 2001, Bill Fanning and Colin Laird came together between Spectral Group and Excel Group in the United Kingdom and formed Atlantic Excel.
He demonstrated that he knew how to take any business of any size and run it very well. And he would demonstrate very quickly, this is the way we are going, and this is what I need to see from the individuals. But he was very fair, and he was also compassionate, and he would always encourage them to be the best that they could be.
We had a lot of fun. We worked hard. We were really trying to get Atlantic Excel off the ground, and Bill was the biggest part of that.
The outstanding attribute that Bill has shown is his unbridled passion for the people of Newfoundland and the province, so that they would benefit significantly from the oil and gas industry.
Speaking about community, Bill's involvement over the years has been significant, particularly in his role with the Canadian Centre for Health Information. And Bill chaired that board of directors for many years to see the development of an electronic chart system for our medical records within the province.
I was the former president of the St. John's Boys and Girls Club, and I did get involved in the Royal St. John's Regatta Committee as a director.
He gives of himself and he looks to what the future is going to hold in the province, and he genuinely cares about that. So his time on these committees and his presentations and the speaking events that he does, his contribution has been vast for this province.
If you've been fortunate enough to live in Canada, in a place that's a great country, to have a great family and a support network, you know, I've been fortunate, and it's really important to give back.
I think Bill's greatest contribution is yet to come. Bill was recently appointed to the Oil and Gas Industry Development Council, and Bill brings 30 years of experience, and I think this council needs people like Bill on there to guide them through the process of charting the course for the next 25, 30 years.
I've been married this will be our 35th year. I'm married to a beautiful wife, Kim, and I have two beautiful daughters, Leslie and Lindsay. We're affectionately call ourselves the Wolf Pack, so we're pretty tight, very focused on family. It's very important to me. And, you know, I have to say, in the last 35 years, if I think about this award, you know, I would have to give a lot of credit to my wife. You know, she kind of makes me look good. When you start your career, you know, the last thing you're thinking about is awards. But I think for me, it's, first of all, you know, NOIA is a great organization. And I guess for me, the award, you know, it's more sort of the peer recognition. And I think, you know, that means a lot to me, that people feel that somehow I've been able to make a contribution. And from that, I'm very grateful.
To use a local colloquialism that we may all be familiar with, there weren't any Newfoundland lobsters pulled back in the crate by Bill Fanning. Thanks again, Bill. Congratulations.